Hello guys and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be reviewing a pre-workout called Vice XXX by G-Code Nutrition, and it's a very unique and innovative one. Why, you ask? Well, it's one tub, 3 flavours. Very cool if you ask me. So stay tuned as we cover the usuals, taste, price, label, effects, all coming at you. Just to let you know, I do believe Aaron reviewed the standard version of this pre-workout last year. I never got to try it, so it'll be my fresh new impressions of this one with the new 3 flavour format that they've got. Anyway guys, if you are new here and you do like our videos, please do hit the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't already, tick the bell icon, so we drop about 3 reviews a week. But let's get into this bad boy. Okay guys, taste and mixability, the first segment, and normally we say it's the least important, but a little bit different here, a bit more interesting, a bit more unique, because like I said in the intro, you're getting 3 different flavours in one tub. So, should be interesting, right? So the 3 flavours we've got is Cherry Swola, pun, Beast in Blue Raz, and Green Apple Gummy. Now, it doesn't actually tell you what each flavour is in terms of the powder in the tub, so there is a bit of guesswork there, which I guess makes it more exciting in that regard. So there you go, it's all segmented off into 3 different sections. Each section is 10 servings. I've tried all 3 flavours at this point, but today, for the sake of this review, I've gone for the Cherry Swola. So I couldn't resist, I've already had a little bit just before I started filming. Mixability wise, about average, you know, not terrible, not amazing, about what you'd expect from something that's about 17-18 grams serving amount. Anyway, let's see how it tastes. I'll give you a score. Yeah, it's banging. It's lovely, I love it. It tastes accurate, it tastes sweet. There's not really any sourness to it as such, or very mild if there is. There's nothing nasty going on there. It's really, really nice, and like I say, I think this is my favourite flavour of the 3, although all 3 do taste good, so fear not. I would give this one, honestly, a 9 out of 10. Very, very good going there. Love the innovation, love the flavours. Let's move on to price. So if you guys like the sound of this review and you do want to pick up this pre-workout, you will head over to the official website, gcodenutrition.com, where you can use our 15% discount code, RB15. You can pick up this 30 serving tub, like I said, 10 servings of each flavour, love that. You can get that for $45 and a penny. And when you work that out in the serving amount, dividing it up by the 30 servings, it is $1.50 per serve, or £1.17 per serve. And as you guys probably know, we have a consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are, where a 5 out of 10 is considered to be a bang average, typical price pre-workout on the market. This comes in, get ready for it, 7.5 out of 10. So priced way better than your average pre-workout. And I love to see that, considering it looks like a very premium tub, you know, very well put together, the whole innovation with the flavours, the label's no slouch, which we'll be moving on to in a minute. I think that's very well priced, but obviously it's going to all depend on those real world effects, which is why we buy these pre-workouts, right? But for that, like I say, let's get into that label. Okay, so what are we getting in this hefty pre-workout? And it's very unique, you know, you don't often see a pre-workout tub of this shape, do you? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So 1 scoop gets you 17.7 grams serving amount, and it's pretty accurate, I must say. We've got a bunch of B vitamins at the top, some sodium yielded from that pink Himalayan salt that we'll come on to shortly. That's just all for energy production, you know, general bodily function to make sure you're firing and your body's working as it should do. It's just a nice little added extra that some pre's have, so we'll take the vitamins. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. So we've got Performance Enhanced Pump Matrix made up of 10.95 grams. First up, citrulline, pure L-citrulline at 6 grams. Love to see it. It's the dose that most people look for. It's going to bump up nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream, increase in blood flow, increase in vasodilation, increase in nutrient delivery, and ultimately getting you that nice pump. So love to see that. Then we've got beta-alanine at 3.2 grams. Again, the dose we look for is that amino acid responsible for the itchy tingly sensation when it kicks in. but why it's in pre-workouts is it should help with endurance in the form of buffering lactic acid when you reach that saturation point. Then we've got taurine at 1 gram, which is very nice. The dose we look for again, that's the jack of all trades amino. It helps with energy production within the body, cognitive function, and pump and hydration. Then we've got red beetroot powder as beta vulgaris, 500 milligrams. Yeah, we'll take that, pairing up with that L-citrulline to help further with blood flow and pump. Then we've got sodium chloride as pink Himalayan sea salt, 200 milligrams. A bit on the lower end of dosing for what we see, but we're glad it's in there because we'll take it anyway, in the form of further hydration, helping with pump, helping with nutrient delivery, helping with contraction and muscle firing. Then we've got estrogen at 50 milligrams. Again, nice dose. That's going to help with the absorption and uptake of all of these ingredients. And that's that matrix done. Now we move on to the hyper-focus, high-stim matrix, which you could say is the more exciting one of the two, made up of 2.28 grams. First up, L-tyrosine at 1 gram, very nice dose again, another amino acid to help with focus and mood boosting benefits. Then we've got caffeine anhydrous, 376 milligrams, very specifically precise there. I'd love to know why the company decided on that dose, because it's, like I say, very specific. But it's above the norm. We normally see 300 to 350 milligrams in pre-workouts these days, so 376 is definitely above typical. That is almost 4 cups of coffee worth of caffeine there, so not to be sniffed at. A couple of energy drinks worth, probably a bit more than that even. So you will definitely feel it. It's the main stimulant in any pre-workout. It's going to kick you up the bum, wake you up and get you moving. Then we've got alpha GPC, 50% yield, 250 milligrams. Now I'll be honest, we normally like to see 600 milligrams as a minimum dose. 250, yeah, it's a good form of a choline donor, so we will take that. At that dose, should still have some effect. It's just not as optimal as, you know, the optimal amount we'd like to see. But it should help with your focus and athletic performance nonetheless, to some degree. Then we've got guarana seed extract, 22% caffeine. So yeah, we're not done on the caffeine yet, guys. 200 milligrams, adding, you know, pairing up with that caffeine for further stimulation and energy. Same can be said for yerba mate extract 4:1, 200 milligrams again, another form of a stimulant. Again, synergizes lovely with that caffeine, we'll take it. Then we got, for you guys that are a bit worried out there, L-theanine, another amino acid, 200 milligrams. That's put in there to smooth over the stimulants, to sort of reduce any anxiety and jitters that you might get from it. So that should turn it into more of a healthy sort of focus. Then wrapping off, we've got bitter orange extract of 50 milligrams, which is simply a fat burning ingredient. That's going to help with, again, fat burning, a bit more stimulation and energy. So let's see how it comes together in the gym. Okay, let's do it. Real world effects time with Vice XXX, the extreme pre-workout by G-Code Nutrition. Very cool. Let's get straight into it, as we always do, with that beta-alanine. The first thing that you feel in a pre-workout, in the several times I've used this, well, I would say it kicks into a medium degree. It's not extreme, it's not mild, you know it's in there, you get the few itches and tingles here and there, but it's nothing extreme, it's nothing overly offensive, and that can be a good point, because obviously it's in that middle ground where if you don't like beta-alanine, you'll be alright. If you do like beta-alanine, you're still getting some tingles. That's just my personal experience. Now, what I would say comes in almost quicker than that, I would say, yeah, probably quicker than the beta-alanine, and this is rare that this happens, is the energy kick. That caffeine and those other stimulants hit you like a train, honestly guys, like within 10 minutes. I mean, you could probably even see it in just the label section and the price section right after I drank it. It kicks in hella quick, one of the quickest ones in recent memory actually. Like I say, 10 minutes, you are raring to go. Beta-alanine comes in with that, like I mentioned. From an energy standpoint, this is not to be sniffed at, guys. It is a strong pre-workout. So they call it an extreme pre-workout, and I don't think they're lying. It is definitely in that high stim realm, but it's in the high stim realm from a non-illicit approach. You know, it's not got any sketchy banned underground grey area ingredients, so it's doing that whilst being all above board, which we obviously have a lot of respect for. Yeah, when you're factoring all those stimulants, guys, you're looking at well over 400 caffeine, and it kicks in strong. And I like the fact it's coming from different sources as well, so it's keeping your body guessing. It's like, what's that? You're a bit caffeine resistant. Have some yerba mate. Have some guarana up your butty. Oh. So yeah, from an energy standpoint, it is no slouch. It is, you know, it raises your heart rate. It gets the sense of urgency going. You cannot wait to get moving. And actually, it lasts through probably more than half of your training session with that high almost erratic energy, but it does, as the L-theanine obviously comes in, it starts to do its job. It says, hold on a minute, guys, your stimulants, calm down. And it starts to channel into more of a focus, a controlled energy. So I would say that super high energy, wanting to get moving type feeling, can't sit still, for me at least, every time I used it, lasted for like the best part of an hour, like I say. And then it starts to come in a bit smoother towards the back end. So it is a very unique feeling pre-workout, and it's very high energy, I must say, at least, you know, until the L-theanine comes in and starts to calm things down. So I would say the energy lasts a good sort of 3 hours, honestly, like beyond your training session, and that's good because it keeps you switched on for your post-workout meal, you know, any other bits and pieces you've got to do. There's no crash, there's no jitters, but I would say it's borderline. I would almost go as far as say if they didn't put the L-theanine in, you probably would get some jitters with this product. So I think they've done a smart approach there, putting it in. It keeps things under control and focused. And that leads me on to my next point, the focus, which I would say is the second best element of this pre-workout behind that super potent energy. You feel switched on, you feel on the ball, you know, you're smashing through your training, you're in the zone. Obviously no illicit feeling, no floaty feeling that you get from some of these illicit pre-workouts. It's very much channeled in on the ball, so love to see it. And that plays in very nicely with that energy. So you're smashing through your training, you're enjoying it. And that leads me on to our last element we look for, pump. And I would say that's the third best thing about this pre-workout. So energy, focused, pump. All sitting well above average, mind you, but the pump is probably the least of the three that we look for. But don't get me wrong, guys, the pumps were still juicy. They just weren't quite on the levels of that energy or the focus, but they were bloody good enough, I'll tell you that. And I think that's not just because, we always say this, it's not just because the pump ingredients, it's because you're so dialed in, you're getting that mind to muscle connection, you're getting those contractions, the muscles are firing, you're training hard and you're loving it.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
So it's smashing it out the park pretty damn well in all elements we look for in my personal experience. There was no negatives with it, although all I would say with a warning sign is, you know, if you are stim sensitive, you know, caffeine sensitive, you probably would find it a bit too strong and you might potentially get some jitters and some uncomfortability because it is, like it says, an extreme pre-workout. So naturally that leads me on to say it's not for beginners, it's for experienced users. I would say that it's too strong to be a daily driver, but it's not quite strong enough to be an all-out stim junkie pre. So it's sitting in that realm in between the two. And I've got to say, as I've gotten on and taken, you know, been around the pre-workout block, I would say that those types of pre's are probably my favourite that are in between, because you get the excitement of, oh, okay, yeah, it's strong enough, it's getting the job done, but it's not so strong that it's ruining my day. And at the same time, it's not so weak that it's boring. So it's in that nice, happy medium, sweet spot realm. So yeah, and to wrap off, guys, I've got to say, for that price point, you're getting one hell of a pre-workout. Honestly, like, apart from a couple of things that I would like to see the dose increased on, like, I'll be honest, yeah, I'd like to see a bit more red beetroot powder. I'd like to see a little bit more salt, but this is nitpicking, guys. I'd like to see a little bit more alpha GPC, but do you know what? Apart from that, it's very well dosed. It comes together very well in reality. Better, even better than the label suggests, and the label is pretty damn good itself. So yeah, well worth that price point, guys. Well worth that price point. You're getting a very, very stacked, well-rounded pre-workout for the money, I've got to say. So naturally, I would say between shortlist, avoid, and buy, no-brainer, I'd say buy it. If you're in a realm for this type of pre-workout, as I described, buy it. Especially this one, because like I say, you get the choice of 3 different flavours. It's very cool, it's very unique. It's an experience, and it's cool to share with your mates as well. Like, you get your mates around to take your pre-workout, show them this, they'll be like, oh my God, what the hell's that? And then you can be like, well, hey, it's a new type of pre. You don't see this very often, do you? Got 3 flavours, which one do you want? It's just very cool. And in an oversaturated market, things like this, they matter. Unique, innovative ideas, they do matter. They are eye-catching, and in this case, it's paid off. So I have to say, well done, guys. You've smashed it on this one. Excited to see what other products you bring out down the line. Love to see this sort of thing. Fantastic pre-workout. Definitely buy it. That's everything, guys. So let me know, you know, what your thoughts are on this pre-workout. Have you used it? Do you want to use it? What else do you want to see us review on the channel? Let us know down below. And as always, stay stimmed.